Okay, so I need to talk really fast, so pardon that, but this is about the third video that I have tried to do for just this vehicle, which is the Rise of Cobra Night Raven. And it's kind of cool that I'm doing this one because it's right after all my, well, most of my other electronic ones. And, you know, I just did the 1987 video, video for the 1987 Raven. So I think it makes sense, and because this is a pretty new one, to do a comparison. So let's try and get it back to how it was. So, unlike the 1987 one, the differences are there is no drone, there is no machine gun. Yes, there is that, but that is not a weapon. There is no lowering missile pod. There is no double firing missiles. One of the downsides of this plane as well is, unlike the other one that had free rolling plastic or rubber tires, these ones are molded, and again I believe that's a cost-effective measure on Hasbro's part. And again, it's got one in the front, but the other difference is that unlike the 1987 Raven, it is not as big. So let's go ahead and try and show you a size comparison. Try and do this one-handed again, even though I think I am going to break down and get a webcam, but I've seen that they're anywhere between $19 to $130, and I don't know that I want to use $100 worth of G.I. Joe income to try and take videos of stuff that so far I've only seen. But who knows, I might, because I'm getting really addicted to doing these videos because everyone else on YouTube is doing it, and it's kind of cool to be able to say, wow, oh, okay, that's what I think. Oh, okay, that's how that one's different. So anyway, unlike the 1987 one, it only has a cockpit for one, and that's actually what this button right here is for, or lever. If you have little nails or little fingers or whatever, you can get that open. And what that does is that lowers the cockpit. And unlike the 1987 one, it actually has, you know, a lot of support for it. You know, the 1987 one only has a little tiny peg in the back, and even, you know, maybe in the day that it wasn't old, I'm wondering if lots of kids ended up breaking it. So that hopefully will not happen with this one. I also like that at least they kept the color scheme the same. You know, it's black, it's red. The underside of the 1987 one is gray. And you will also see that there is some red, some orange, a little bit of gray, and I'm sure maybe that they already planned this, but again, I don't know for sure because I'm not the designer. But it's nice that it's two-toned, in my opinion, because unlike the 1987 one where it had more of a pointed nose cone, this has more of a slanted one. And to me, if you see that, it looks a little like fangs right there. And then this raised part, especially when you get it a little bit closed, that looks pretty snake-like to me without being overtly so. You know, so it still looks somewhat realistic. The one reason that this plane, and I wish I had a webcam again so that my hands were free, but it actually, about this part to that part actually goes in. And it's not to make it look smaller. The reason that they do that is because one of the features is a pump action gimmick. And every time you hold that handle, which does come down, and the front of the plane, and you pump it, it rotates the missile pods that it does have, and then you fire it, and then you pump it, and you fire it until all the missiles are gone. One cool thing about having it this size is it can be held by the handle. And I also like the handle because it's got a little molded exhaust thing on the back, so they did try and, not just make it look like a handle. But anyway, let's go ahead and extend it. And so you can see right there that it has a trigger, and that's how you would fire it. And when it's turned on and you fire it, they go pretty dang far. Hopefully I'll be able to find them all. It makes that missile sound. And it also makes some other sounds. I'm thinking targeting. It has some voices on it, but unlike the Thunderwing, where you can hear it say pushing up and going tactical and all that, I cannot hear. Maybe someone watching the video can hear it a little bit better. I mean, yeah, you can make it out, but nowhere near as clear as the Thunderwing. But anyway, so this is what he says. He's supposed to say 3 different things. Let's see if we can get him to do it. So there's one. Nope, he said the same thing again. Alright, so there's that. So there we go. It takes a couple tries, but you should have heard 3 different sounds. And then this is kind of cool. The sound as if it was taking off really fast and trying to get out of there. So, a lot of people have been upset because it's smaller. But again, unless I already mentioned this, it needs to be smaller for a child, 10 years or around that age, so that they can do the pump thing. Because if they tried to do it with this thing, I mean, even without the handle and without it trying to be a gimmick, you pretty much have to hold it from the back and the underside in order to, fly around with this thing. And one thing I did forget to mention in the other video for this Night Raven, the 87 one, is it does have that lever underneath it. And it's kind of cool how they were able to make that lever by itself control the landing gear, the part of the landing gear that conceals the landing gear. But not only that, but when you pull on that, it extends these grates, and the grates are supposed to be like air brakes. So, like I said, I've done this video 3 different times, so I'm hoping I said everything that I wanted to say. And one thing I've noticed with videos, and maybe other people that do YouTube, is maybe they do some scripts, but I obviously do not do a script. But it's so, you just start talking, and whether it's G.I. Joe or whatever you're talking about, it's amazing how each video is different, and so that's one thing I do love about the videos. So even if they're not being very helpful to you or informative to you, that is one cool thing that I've really enjoyed about starting to be brave enough to do these videos, is just to hear myself go, oh, okay, yeah, okay, that's what I'm going to talk about. So almost every video now has been 10 minutes, and that's one reason why I've been doing 3 different videos, because it's hard to try and keep it all under 10 minutes. But I think I said everything that I wanted to say. If not, maybe I'll start seeing if I can post my own comments to my own thing and try and at least describe in my comments what I said in other videos. So anyway, thanks for watching, even if it's just me. Alright, bye.